Here's a tweet from Minko Getchev. How much do you rely on AI tools in your day-to-day development process? Richard here says, I use it for almost everything. It's a time saver, usually understands a bit more complicated queries, better than Google search. Copilot for autocomplete, and that's pretty much it. My buddy Sean says it's become a daily part of how I work. I use it for reviewing architectural design docs, debugging, discovery, PR reviews, miscellaneous learning, and a whole lot of random tasks. It's pretty close to my usage. All right, there's a lot of positive responses, but then we get to things like this. 0, because AI currently adds no worth in daily enterprise software development. Okay, interesting. A few more positive responses. Then there's this person saying not much. Here's another person that says 0, no Copilot nor ChatGPT, since the quality is unacceptable. And we've heard about this, haven't we? The quality might not be as top-notch as you'd expect. Well, let's come back to this in a second. The replies varied extensively, with some developers saying they use AI extensively for programming, while others responded with a simple 0. You might remember I recently did a video about my friend Joe. He's been working on the same programming language for a long time, and he's kind of feeling left behind a little bit now because he wasn't adapting to new skills and technology. I'll link to that video down below in case you're interested in checking it out. Well, I did that before this whole crazy AI explosion of this year. But guess what? AI is that new tech that I'm talking about. Everything I said about learning new skills and staying relevant still applies to it. And yet already we're seeing a bunch of people rejecting it outright. Even on this channel, you see people getting sick of AI. They don't want to hear about it anymore. I should do a poll or something, but leave a comment down below if you're specifically tired of AI and you're not using AI. Because today I hope to make an argument that changes your mind about this. I read Seth Godin's books and I subscribe to his blog. In today's blog, it's very relevant. It hits the nail right on the head, and it talks about technology adoption, specifically the illustration about when the car was first introduced. It couldn't compete with horses. He says that we've taken thousands of years to optimize our system around horseback. I'm quoting here. There were no roads, or very rare. There were no gas stations, or very rare. New technologies often start at a disadvantage until there is a certain point where the new thing becomes better than the old. And if we wait, we're taking a huge risk here. People often don't want to risk giving up the old for the new, and they continue using the old and resisting the new, but they're also taking a big risk not adopting the new. And I'm here to say that you shouldn't completely switch over to using AI. There is a middle ground, but let's continue. Here's the thing I wanted to point out. The competitors who will spend time to learn the new tech, more importantly, build systems around it. These competitors will gain customers that you will have trouble catching up or getting back. And we're not talking about only customers. Think about this as your own personal development. For example, if you're a programmer working for a company, the company is kind of like your customer, right? You are providing your own skills to the company that hired you, they pay you, and so on. Another example that Seth brings up is Herbie Hancock, the musician. He started experimenting with electronic instruments a long time ago, before anybody else in jazz did, and then it resulted in 2 big hits in jazz. Another example, a local landscaping contractor looks at your electric weed whackers and laughs because they're not as cost effective and they run for a short time, but they will eventually lose the new customers because when that technology catch up, they will be behind. And somebody that got the electric weed whacker will already know what's up and they'll be ahead. Here's an interesting line right here. When a new tech or system is 50% as effective as the old one, it's our job to learn it and understand it. And when it hits 77%, we ought to consider creating a new division, a new product line, or a new approach that adopts it. By the time it catches up, we're either part of it or we're too late. What I'm trying to say is, don't wait for AI to be perfect. We know it's not perfect. We know that as software engineers, when you look at the code it generates, it's not perfect. A lot of times you have to go in and fix it up, right? But those people that are working with the AIs, they're going to be familiar with how it works. They're going to be better at prompting to get the results that they want. And when the AI becomes better, it's going to be a smooth transition for those people. Start learning and understanding it right now so that you're not falling behind. That 50% figure right there that Seth mentioned, well, I just did a video on a study that was recently done, and I'll link to that video down below as well, where the developers that were using AI to assist them, specifically Copilot, there were as much as 55% faster at their job. And I go into more details in that video, the good, the bad, and the ugly of that. So that's already there. That means it's time right now to start learning this stuff. Many people are already seeing the benefits of AI in software development, as you've seen in the comments and in the reply to Minko's tweet, and they're using it for a wide range of tasks, from generating code to completing code to detecting bugs, reviewing code, optimizing queries, designing user interfaces, performing automated testing, that's a big one, refactoring code, I've made videos about that as well, and a lot more. Pop quiz time! Do you embrace AI tools and technologies? If you do, you're going to increase your speed, efficiency, you might catch errors, it'll give you ideas, and you're going to get ahead of the competition. Now, if you really embrace it, you might grow dependent on this technology, which is also not that great. Now, if you completely reject AI tools as a software developer, the good thing about that is, yeah, you'll have full control over the code base. You're going to keep your skills sharpened. Nothing bad about that. That's great. But you might eventually get squeezed out due to lower costs of your competition and your lower production capacity. Which do you choose? Not an easy question, but why not something in the middle? Keep your ear to the ground. Practice both. If you've tried AI and it hasn't helped you out yet, or you saw that it was giving bad results and you've given up, don't give up. First of all, this stuff is improving at an astronomical pace, and maybe you just haven't found the right way to use it yet. Keep doing what you're doing as far as traditional programming goes, but also do yourself a favor and learn these new techniques on how to use the AI. In fact, I've got a video covering specific ways that software developers can make AI work for them. You can check it out right here. That's the rant for today. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you next time.